We have a deal to make today, 4.5 hours east of Quito in Ecuador's Amazon rainforest. For one who loves spectacular sights, this trip never gets tiring. It was a pristine morning as we went over the summit. This is a little over 13,000 feet, and from there you could see it. You could almost reach out and touch it. The ancient volcano Antisana, looming almost a mile above us. If you had your lunch and then wanted a nap, there'd be no better place than the streams that make up the upper Mishawai River. A kayak from here would take you right to the back door of our destination. As a matter of fact, the waterways can take you almost anywhere that's worthwhile going. And depending on the hour of the day, the canoe hauls animals, produce, and even can double as a school bus. Mishawai is the center for about 6,000 inhabitants. According to the demographics, that would make about 1,500 of those kids that would fall into the category that we would reach with our ministry. From this view toward the top, you can see the highway heading out toward our property. The actual project is toward the top of the screen and to the left. We went out to the property to make the deal with the owner, and while we were there, we ran into a family on the way back from their farm. They look a little startled in the photograph, but as soon as we told them that we might be their new neighbors, they became very warm toward us and invited us over to their house. The property has a total area of right at 5 acres. On the west side and north side, there are about 1,100 feet of frontage. Along the highway, there is fiber optic, which means to the property we'll have both telephone and internet. The blue line is the stream that runs the length of the property. Surrounding it is a green zone, no construction. But effectively, it adds another acre to an acre and a half of space usable by the ministry.
Ok, vamos a filmar un poquito, entonces yo voy a entrar al terreno y...
A wider angle lens and a little different setting would have made the images in this video better, but hopefully you can pick up the magnificence of this landscape. Abel, the property owner, has done a wonderful job caring for his plantation. He uses a 3-stage farming process that starts with Brazilian coffee, goes to bananas, and then to cocoa. The split level of the landscape not only makes the forest beautiful, magnificent, but it also makes the upper part dry and flat, perfect for any kind of development. The greenbelt is also farmable, and here you can see that he's planted corn. He also plants yucca, a kind of a potato that is traditional for this region. The forest around the stream is spectacular, magnificent. As I thought of what we could call that area, the only word that came to mind was tranquility. Earlier I mentioned that the property has spring water. This has been tested pure and is always running. Here you can see 2 PVC pipes that are driven into the bank. This means that we won't have to drill a well. As we walk toward the north, you can see how beautifully flat the terrain is. This means that we can choose any spot on the upper part of the property for construction. This is a bird's eye view looking from north toward the south, and it swings toward the east and reveals all of the area that is buildable. We will select the locations for building carefully so that we can keep the rest of the property open for production. We don't anticipate making a business out of it, but the coffee, the chocolate, the bananas, and everything else that grows there will be for the enjoyment of everyone who visits. Sliding from east to west, we move along the Rock Road frontage going out to the highway. A short walk on the Rock Road to the east will take you to the Napo River. Thank you for joining us and continuing to look at this project.